Welcome back to Ms. World Traveler in Oslo. In just a few months, the Nobel Peace Prize will be awarded in the City Hall, as it has been for over 30 years.
Inaugurated in 1950, the Oslo City Hall is decorated with motifs from Norwegian history, culture, and working life, and represents a rich art collection of cultural heritage and craftsmanship. The two towers are over 200 feet tall, and one has 49 carillon bells, which play on the hour from 7 a.m. until midnight every day, enhancing the charm of an already enchanting city.
Just about a 10-minute walk from the City Hall is Oslo Cathedral, where there was quite a nice surprise waiting for us.
Behind the cathedral, there happened to be an arts and crafts fair the weekend we were in town, where more than 100 artists congregated to sell their work. It was busy and bustling, but that didn't stop us from dropping into Donna's jewelry gallery, located in the arcade rooms of the Bazaar Hall.
All right, so Donna, this is such an interesting building that you are in. So let's talk about just the history, because it's quite interesting, isn't it?
It's a fantastic history. This is a National Trust building. The church is built in Romanesque style, and Romanesque style, or the church was consecrated in 1692. But always in Norway, you have a hill. The sea used to come in here. The sea was right in here, so the fjord came right in here. But this is all filling down to where the fjord now is. But they built this building because they have the marketplace in Norway, they have the church and the graveyard around on a hill down to the sea. That's what they usually do. And this was no different. And then in, I think it was in the 30s, they were going to pull the building down, and luckily the community didn't have money, so the building was left. And during the war they were going to pull it down, but of course after the war they didn't have any money and it was left again. So
you've never been so happy to not have any money, right? Well, and it seems like many different workshops are also
that's right here. It's one of the three three artist centres in Oslo. So it's a communal support that most of the artists that are here, they're on a subsidised lease, which were in 1992. They had a law passed in the Oslo community which said the building was to be one of these three artist places. So it's very nice, and it's an active community, so it's good. And we have two wonderful restaurants. This is the best Italian restaurant outside Italy. And this one is a sort of a coffee shop and wine bar. So that's okay. So
good. Yeah. So, but this business has been here since the 1960s. Is that right?
Yeah. My master, he was a Norwegian artist. His name was Øyvind Nordahl, very good artist. He was the first artist to move into the building, and he got his contract in 1962. I started to work here in 1975.
Okay, back when you were just a really young girl.
Oh yeah.
All the child labor laws and everything, you were just a young girl.
Yeah, exactly. And then I started to work here while I was going to school. I studied gemology at the same time, went to school, worked for him every evening after school. I came down here and I sat here, and after I was finished at school, I was employed by him. And so, and another girl that went in my same class, she and a good friend, we started a company together here after he suddenly died in he was 64 years of age. And he died in 1981. So I took over the company then with this other girl, and we started in 81. So
and then you named it after yourself.
Yes. Well, he said to me, it has to be personal.
That's good advice,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yes.
And now,
but it's yours.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's mine. Absolutely. And now Magdalena, the girl that's employed, she's Swedish. So I'm an Australian, she's a Swede. And we've started a company. So Magdalena is going to take over the company after I've finished.
Mhm.
We run it together now, and she's
Right.
going to continue in the same way, working with the same things, the same
Wonderful.
appreciation of the stones
Great.
and design. So,
Great. Well, and speaking of that, you have some incredible pieces behind you.
Oh.
So you were telling me about the Norwegian amethyst,
Yeah.
which is so interesting. So maybe we'll have a look at that piece.
this is quite interesting. The chain is not Norwegian, but the piece in the middle here is Norwegian. And the way they found this amethyst was, we have a cutter. He's a hobby cutter, but a very good cutter. He sits up in the country. And he came home to a little boy's home, and he found on the shelf on the window an amethyst. And he said, "Oh, where did you get that?" And the little boy said, "Oh, our whole schoolyard is purple from amethyst because they make gravel." Yeah, gravel.
Uh-huh.
And they found a strain of amethyst in this gravel pit. And they'd crushed it all up and put it all over the schoolyard.
Oh no! And the kids are playing on it, stepping on it.
So all the kids were picking up the gravel and taking it home because it was so beautiful. So it stung her.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
All our pieces are made that you can attach the chain, and you can use this on pearls. You can use it on a silver necklace, and so you can interchange all the pieces.
Love that, and completely change the look of a piece.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And this one is a brooch, but it also can be dismantled from this. You can use it as a brooch, and you can use it as a necklace.
And what stone is this?
That is a chalcedony. It's a quite rare stone.
And this is from Norway.
No,
No?
This one isn't from Norway. We
Okay.
do have chalcedony, but not in this crystal quality.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And it would go with your skirt.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It would. Yeah, I'm a rather blue person, so
As you can see, I agree.
yeah. Yeah.
Good. And you have some other stones.
You get in caves, you get
Yes.
stalagmites and stalactites.
Yes.
This is a slice of a stalagmite.
That's beautiful. Wow.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Well, there's so many beautiful pieces here, but there's also some incredible pieces downstairs in the main gallery. So we're going to go have a look.
Good.
Over there.
Good.
Okay.
Looking forward.
So we have come down the Samba stairs, which tell me again why we call it Samba stairs.
Because you have to dance up and down. It's a very comfortable staircase. It takes half the amount of room of a normal staircase, and it also is very steep, but doesn't feel like steep when you do it because you dance. Yeah. And the guy who had Irving Nordahl, who had the shop here before, he designed and put that in. But we're not really allowed to do much with the building because it's National Trust.
Right. But at least we have the Samba stairs, and we have beautiful pieces of jewelry.
Yeah.
And obviously, because you're Australian, you're going to have an affinity for these beautiful Australian opals.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yes.
Before I left Australia, I cut opals, but now I make the jewelry.
I know Australia is quite famous for their opals.
98% of the world's opals come from Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
What makes them so incredible?
It's the mystical color that comes from them when light hits this inner structure to the opal. Then you get this wonderful play of color.
Yes.
It'd be
A depth. There's quite a depth and texture to it as you turn
absolutely.
them. But you also work with azurite. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful piece.
That is a gorgeous piece. That is from Arizona, like you girls.
Yes.
And it's a copper mineral. So when you get copper in a mineral, it usually has strong colors. You get dark, strong greens or this blue. So it's copper that's coloring this.
Uh-huh.
And azurite is also quite soft, very soft actually, very porous. And so therefore I use forging as a work method. There's also not many people that forge today, but we are specialists in it. And I learned from my old master, and I've taught Magdalena, so it's going further. So it's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, when I think of hammering, the first thing that comes to mind is Thor with his big hammer. And somehow I don't picture you with the great big hammer.
I use it. It's got.
Do you?
I have a very special. It's a big hammer. It's a big hammer, but it's a heavy hammer.
You're giving Thor a run for his money.
I make as much noise as Thor. Also, we will never work on the workshop without having, when we're hammering, without having ear protection.
Oh.
So
Good idea.
yeah, it's a very good idea. And this.
Even without the market going on, the red brick Romanesque bazaar halls are easy to find. Just look for the graceful arches behind the Oslo Cathedral, and they will lead you straight to Donna's Jewelry Gallery.
At the Arts and Crafts Fair, we saw many beautiful ceramics, meaning there are some amazingly talented artists in Norway. On the next segment of Ms. World Traveler in Oslo, we'll drop by a pottery studio and watch a master at work. Stay tuned.